This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining Gym. SuperTraining Gym, the strongest gym in the West, and we're coming back to you with a voiceover. I know how much you guys appreciate and like these voiceovers. This has kind of been the bread and butter of SuperTraining 06, and so here we are. Wanted to make sure that we're giving you guys what you want, at least here and there. I know sometimes you get frustrated because we are constantly changing and constantly mixing up the things that we do over here at SuperTraining Gym because we don't want to be the same. We want to keep changing, want to keep progressing, and keep getting better. You can see the crew is warming up here. I'm not sure what Jessica was doing. She's doing a little hula hoop type move with the hips there. We got the belt squat. That's a belt squat that we got from my boy, Matt Wenning. And it's a really great product. A belt squat is, if you're on the fence about purchasing one, or you know a gym that might be able to purchase one, you should encourage people to get one because it's a really, really excellent tool. I'm not just trying to put money in my buddy's pocket. It's a really good product. And where it differs a lot from a regular squat is that it actually helps pull you down towards the ground, where a regular squat is pushing you down towards the ground, which is way different. It's pushing you down from the shoulders. This is pulling you down from the hips. It's also getting rid of a lot of the upper body. A lot of times the upper body is where we really struggle to maintain form and position, is kind of through the chest and through the sternum during a squat, and also through the arms. And so this takes all that out of there. Anybody who's got a really banged up elbow, anybody who's torn something in their shoulder, we've had people have their arm in a sling and they're over there on that belt squat. And the way that we utilize the belt squat here at SuperTraining Gym is we utilize it in our warm-ups. We might do 3 sets of 30 reps or 4 sets of 25 or so. Might get about 100 reps in before we ever even start our training session for the day. So we're getting in tremendous amounts of volume before the workout ever even starts. My boy Smokey here is building up that strength again. He came off a torn bicep. He built the strength back up for a little while there, and then he also lost about 20 plus pounds or so. And as many times as I reiterate this, I think people, for some reason, there's a misconception out there. They think that you can get stronger when you lose weight, and losing weight is not a recipe for getting stronger. Losing weight is typically a recipe for getting weaker. Now, you can always point out the guy that lost 15 pounds and gained 10 pounds on his bench and stuff like that, but in general terms, that's usually what's going to happen. And also the guy that gained 10 pounds or 15 pounds on his bench while losing some weight, guess what? He would have been better off had he gained weight rather than lose weight. Gaining weight is really, really beneficial, and steroids work in some other interesting ways other than just helping you gain weight. But that is a huge part of what they do. They do help you to be bigger. They help you to weigh more. And so because you weigh more and because you are now carrying more muscle mass, you'll be able to lift more. And no, I'm not selling those or promoting those. I'm just explaining something. But if you want to lift big, you're going to have to be big. And I know there's smaller lifters out there, but and they put up tremendous amounts of weight. But ideally, again, going into a powerlifting meet, I think people's focus should not be on the scale. It shouldn't be on what they weigh in the competition. It should be on what they lift, because we are powerlifters and we're trying to lift the most amount of weight. And so if I go back to somebody and say, hey, I weighed 181 and I pulled 405, no one's going to really care. All they're going to remember is what you lifted, if that, right? If they even give a crap about that. Or if you want to get leaner, do that over a longer period of time, because it does make it more possible. Really good set there, 525 pounds for a shit ton of reps there by Trevor. That does make it a little bit more feasible. So if you're going to lose 10 pounds over the course of 6 months, then you can regulate your strength a lot better. Here's my buddy Emilio Paez, aka BFT, Big Fat Tito. He folded up shop from living down there in Los Angeles and moved here to the Sacramento area to train at SuperTraining Gym. He also works here. And you can see he's got great deadlift technique. He kind of has long arms. And, you know, a lot of people just will kind of just say somebody's built for deadlifting. But what I notice with a lot of people that can deadlift well is that they kind of make themselves built for deadlifting through a lot of the exercises that they do. Emilio has really good traps. He does have long arms. The shoulder insertions are kind of down low. Just a weird thing I've noticed over the years is that people that can deadlift really well, their ears and their shoulders are far away from each other. I know that's a really weird thing, and now you're probably going to be looking at people a little differently. But a sloped shoulder is actually kind of a great thing for deadlifting. Unfortunately, it's not very good for bench pressing. You think of kind of the ultimate slope-shouldered look, and you can see my boy Trevor here is completely opposite of that. So what is he going to be good at? He's going to be good at bench pressing, and deadlifting is always going to be very, very difficult for him. You can see one of our newer chicks banging out some slingshot push-ups right there. Arnold Schwarzenegger is probably the greatest example of having the shoulder insertion down low, and he was a great deadlifter. I believe he deadlifted almost 750 or so, mainly just through the usage of all his bodybuilding lifts and stuff like that, not really trying to push powerlifting a ton. Got the whole group here banging out some planks. You know, it's fun to get everybody together at the end of a training session and do some conditioning work or do some ab work. And so this kind of stuff builds camaraderie, builds up the team. You can see everybody talking shit to each other, just the way we always done here at SuperTraining Gym. Now this is pretty damn funny. Watching a bunch of fat powerlifters try to do ab work. And if you're paying attention, you can see my boy Emilio with the white hat. He's just completely fallen apart. Fat Dan has gone to the method of just putting his hips up so high that there's no longer any stress on the abs at all, so he can just kind of hide, and everybody else is just kind of wondering how he's still holding himself up. My God, see, even if you're not fat, that's still so fat. God, that's just disgusting. Watching these guys do this is ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know why they decided to do planks. Probably Smokey's idea. Strength is never a weakness. Weakness is never a strength. See you guys later.